cut to a small set of stone ruins. A group of barn owls are seen flying around. After a while, a guard sees Eglantine and Corinne frantically flying towards the ruins. The guard screeches and flies in front of them. Who goes there? We're pure ones. Our general sent us. The guardians are close by. The pure one looks at Corinne. Very well. We have a burrowing owl and egg locked up inside a box. They're to be prepared for a tipsy ceremony. You two watch them. We'll handle the guardians. Yes, sir. Eglantine and Corinne fly down into the ruins as a few other barn owls ascend. The guardians fly onto the scene. Madame Plonk begins by ramming into one of the pure ones with her talons and slamming into his comrade. Meanwhile, Eglantine and Corinne land and look around before spotting a small wooden crate. They walk over and lift the lid and look inside to see a small, terrified-looking burrowing owl covering an egg with her body. Hi, are you Callow? The burrowing owl looks up and fearfully nods. She flinches as Twilight knocks a pure one into a stone pillar. Another one tries to fly up behind him, but Digger quickly slashes the owl's neck, causing her to plummet to the ground just a few feet away from them. Meanwhile, two barn owls watch Corinne from the shadows. It's okay, we're the guardians. My name's Corinne. Your mom and dad sent us to come get ya. Callow, are you injured? No. Okay, just to be safe, I'm going to carry you. Corinne, can you carry the egg? Yes, Auntie. Going somewhere? The Pure One guard flies down to them, while the second guard flies away. Soren looks down and tries to fly towards them, only for him to see Ruby struggling to fight off another Pure One. Clever little ploy you had going there. If you were your average Pure One, we might have actually been fooled. Another Pure One lands near Eglantine. She takes a defensive stance. You aren't a normal little guardian, aren't you? I can see it in your feathers. They shine like the moon, just like Nyra's. Eglantine lunges at her opponent, slashing him across the face. Corinne nervously steps backwards as the much larger owl steps towards them. Soren slashes at a Pure One's wing and looks back at his sister and nephew. Eglantine! Corinne! Eglantine? Didn't she die the same night as our leader, Metalbeak? The same night as our queen's egg? Twilight pumps another Pure One to the ground as the guard towers over Corinne. Eglantine attempts to fly to her nephew, only to see the owl she was fighting lunge towards Callow, prompting her to headbutt the owl away. The Pure One begins to reach towards Corinne. Let's see what Nyra thinks, shall we? Corinne dodges out of the way of the attacker's talon, then flies into the air. The Pure One chases after him. Corinne looks around and sees a nearby wall. He focuses on the wall and charges towards it. Just as Corinne and his attacker near the wall, Corinne attempts to backflip over the owl, only to become disoriented on the way up. He stops as he flips upside down and becomes dizzy. The Pure One seizes the opportunity and grabs the young owl with his talons, just as Eglantine dodges around her opponent and slashes him in the back, prompting him to turn around and hit her with his wing. Corinne struggles in the guard's grasp for a moment before biting down on the owl's talon, forcing him to release his captive. The guard howls in pain and Corinne flies behind his opponent and slashes him in the wings, causing the owl to plummet, just as Eglantine slashes her opponent in the throat, and Madame Plunk pins the last Pier 1 soldier to the ground. Eglantine walks up to her nephew as the other owls land. "Are you okay, Corinne?" "Yeah." "Where's Thora?" "Thora? That's Madame Plunk's sister. Do you know where she is?" "She's a snowy owl with gray feathers." I saw her. The Pier 1s put my sibling in the box, and I don't know what happened. They placed the lid on the box, and I just heard a lot of screeching, then things got really quiet. No, they didn't." Doc Kit walks up to her. "Madame Plunk, if her body isn't here, then that means she's been captured. If she's been captured, then that means we can save her. Let's get these young and home to their ma and da. Rest for the day, then try to find her." "Doc's right. I'll carry Carlo. Corinne, can you carry the egg?" "Yes." Eglantine picks up the young burrowing owl, and Corinne picks up the egg. Cut to Naira as she sits by a lake, somberly looking down at her reflection. Her expression quickly hardens as she hears her Pier 1s approach. Naira watches as they drop a bound-up Thora in front of her. "So, you're the famous rogue smith of Silvervale. Ugly little thing, aren't you? At least my name won't be a footnote in the history books. Watch your beak, Splotch. I don't need you to be alive for what I am about to do. Where are the other Pier 1s? Please tell me they didn't fall to this bird." "No, Miss Naira. The rogue smith did take out a few of us, but most of us were taken out by the guardians while attempting to decide what to do with the owlet." Slightly less pathetic, I suppose. "There is one more thing, ma'am." Naira stares at the Pier 1 intensely.